Hey everybody, time for my Week 16 NFL picks. But before I get into that, I want to send my condolences to the friends, family, and friends of Franco Harris, who we found out this morning passed away at the age of 72 years old. I also want to wish everybody that celebrates Hanukkah a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and a happy Kwanzaa. Before I get to my picks, let's take a look at how I did last week. Last week was a wild, crazy week, but I ended up doing pretty good. I went 9-7 on my picks. Now to the playoff picture, where in the AFC, two teams are still eliminated, as there are some teams still fighting for playoff spots. We do have some scenarios this week that could take place. Starting with the Buffalo Bills, they can clinch the AFC East this week with a win or a tie, or a Dolphins loss or a tie. One of those two happens, the Bills win the AFC East again. The Cincinnati Bengals can clinch a playoff spot with a win or a tie, or a Jets loss or a tie. The Baltimore Ravens have 10 different scenarios to clinch a playoff spot, and I'm not going to go through all of them. All you need to know is there are 3 scenarios where they win and a few teams either lose or tie, one way or another. There are 6 different scenarios where the Ravens tie and then a bunch of other teams, certain things have to happen. And there is one scenario where the Ravens don't really have to do anything at all. So I'm going to save you guys all that time instead of going through all 10 scenarios. And the Chargers can clinch a playoff berth this week with, one of 3 ways can happen. A win, a Vegas loss or tie, a New England loss, and a Jets loss. A win, a Vegas loss or tie, a New England loss, a Jets tie, and a Miami loss. Or a win, Vegas loses or ties, New England ties, the Jets lose, and Miami loses. Any of those 3 happen, the Chargers are in the playoffs. In the NFC, 2 teams were eliminated this past week. The Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams were both eliminated. With the Rams lost this week, the earliest elimination of a Super Bowl or a previous Super Bowl champion since the 1999 Denver Broncos. For the NFC, there aren't as many scenarios that can happen, but there are some big ones with the Philadelphia Eagles. They can clinch the NFC East this week with a win or a tie. It's that simple. Philadelphia can clinch home field advantage and the lone first round bye of the NFC playoffs with a win, or if they tie and Minnesota loses or ties. And the New York Giants can clinch a playoff spot. They have 3 different scenarios. A win, a Washington loss, and a Detroit loss. A win, a Washington loss, and a Seattle loss. Or a win, a Detroit loss, and a Seattle loss. One of those 3 happen. The Giants are in the playoffs. All right, now that we gotten through the playoff scenarios, it is time for the picks. These are straight-up picks, and I will mention the point spread. Starting off with the Thursday night game, this is actually a very intriguing Thursday night game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who, believe it or not, folks, are 1 game out of first place in the AFC South. They go to the Meadowlands to play the Jets. The Jaguars 6-8, Jets 7-7. The Jets are favored by 1.5. I'll tell you, the last few weeks, the Jets, they've been banged up, they've been injured. It's starting to show here. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars on this one. They've, won a couple games here and there. They're all of a sudden in the playoff mix. Could they steal the AFC South? Not really sure, but I'm going to take the Jags to win. Now to the games on Saturday, Christmas Eve, because the NFL doesn't like to have a full slate on Sunday, which we'll talk about later. The Falcons go to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Falcons are 5-9. The Ravens are 9-5. Baltimore is favored by 7. I'm going to take the Ravens to win this one. The Falcons, they are not themselves at this point. Even though they're a game out of first, I just can't see them doing anything. Ravens will win. The Buffalo Bills go to Chicago to play the Bears. The Bills are 11-3. The Bears 3-11. Buffalo favored by 9. And the Bills are going to win the AFC East this week, folks. I am taking the Bills to win this game. No doubt about it. The Cincinnati Bengals go to Foxborough to play the Patriots. The Bengals are 10-4. The Patriots 7-7. Cincinnati favored by 3. They may be the hottest team going right now in the NFL. I'm going to take the Bengals to win this game to go to 11-4. The Detroit Lions travel to Carolina to play the Panthers. The Lions are 7-7. The Panthers are 5-9. Detroit is a 2.5-point favorite. Can you imagine the Lions are just a half game out of the final wild card spot? Well, they are, folks, and they are going to win this game. I'm taking Detroit to win a big game. This is a big game for Carolina, too. Remember, they're a game out of first place in the NFC South, so this game is as big to Carolina as it is to Detroit, but I am going to take the Lions to win. The Texans, who have had 2 good showings as of late, traveled to Tennessee to play the Titans. The Texans won 12-1. The Titans 7-7. Tennessee favored by 3. Houston's had 2 good showings these last couple of weeks. I don't know if they're going to get a third here, but I am going to take the Titans to win this game. The New Orleans Saints travel to Cleveland to play the Browns. The Saints are 5-9. Browns 6-8. Cleveland favored by 2.5. This was actually the toughest game to pick this week, but I'm going to go with the Browns. They're at home. They still somehow are in the playoff picture. I'm taking Cleveland to win. The New York Giants go to Minnesota to play the Vikings. The Giants 8-5-1. The Vikings 11-3. Minnesota's a 4-point favorite. I'm going to take the Vikings to win this game, although it's going to be very interesting to see how they come off that emotional roller coaster of a game last week. The Seahawks travel to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Seahawks 7-7. Chiefs 11-3. Kansas City favored by 10. I am taking the Chiefs to win this game to go to 12-3. The Commanders go to San Francisco to play the 49ers. The Commanders 7-6-1. The 49ers 10-4. San Francisco favored by 7. This could be a pretty interesting game, but I'm going to go with the 49ers on this one. No one has been able to figure out Brock Purdy yet, and I think San Francisco is going to win. The Philadelphia Eagles travel to Dallas to play the Cowboys. The Eagles 13-1, the Cowboys 10-4. Dallas is favored by 5, and the whole story here is, will Jalen Hurts be playing or not this weekend? That is the million-dollar question. I mean, Philadelphia already has a playoff spot. If they win the division, and they get home field advantage. I think they can play without him for one game. I think they really can, and I don't think it's going to mess up the standings at all. But I am going to take Dallas to win just because of the fact that there is no Jalen Hurts as of right now. That could change, but I am going to take Dallas to win. The Saturday night game really has a lot of meaning now. The Las Vegas Raiders travel to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Both teams 6-8. Pittsburgh is a 2.5-point favorite. Friday is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Saturday, they are going to retire Franco Harris's number. And then, finding out that Franco Harris passed away today, this is kind of like my sympathy give here on this one. I'm going to go with the Steelers to win this game. They're going to win this one for Franco. Now to the games on Christmas Day. Yes, we have Christmas Day football. The Green Bay Packers travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Packers are 6-8. Dolphins 8-6. Miami is favored by 4. I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one. My Green Bay normally doesn't do well in this type of weather. I'm going to take Miami to win. The Denver Broncos travel to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Both teams are 4-10. Denver is favored by 2.5. Well, I got to give something the upset pick of the week, so here it is, Rams. This is your Christmas gift from me to you. Your upset pick of the week this week, the Rams beating the Broncos. The Sunday night game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals. The Buccaneers 6-8, Cardinals 4-10. Tampa favored by 7.5. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to win this one to go to 7-8. And the Monday night game, the Los Angeles Chargers go to Indianapolis to play the Colts. The Chargers are 8-6. The Colts are 4-9-1. Chargers favored by 4.5. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this. They, like I said, they can clinch a playoff spot this week if a few things happen. So, do you guys agree or disagree with my picks? Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you liked what you saw and you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of when a brand new video pops up, click on the bell to be notified of when a new video pops up. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoy your Week 16 in the NFL. And again, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy Kwanzaa to all of you.